Okay, I do think everybody should vote. I really do. And I know a lot of people say, what's the point? And I think if you don't vote, you're choosing not to be represented. And if you don't like any of the mainstream parties, then find a small party. But just, find the best of a bad bunch. I do believe everybody should vote.
What you need, in actual fact, is a multi-party democracy. It's not going to yield results in the short term. In the short term, maybe it would be splintering the vote. The smaller parties often become useful to the bigger parties in the possibilities for coalition, right? And the history of floor crossing is also something that messes with that.
But then I also did ask the question of, what happens when they do the floor crossing? Because I'm like, what if I voted for you and then I get him? Like, no offense, I'm sure you're very nice, but I didn't vote for you on purpose.
South Africa does not. Our system no longer has floor crossing. Now, if you leave a political party while you're a member, you must resign. Now, once you resign from the political party, you lose your seat. You're out and the party puts someone else in, which I think it's better. In a sense, you're more honest with the electorate, because the electorate can have that confidence. I voted for this party and these are the seats that this party is going to remain with, finish and club.
Those smaller parties do matter, especially in situations where there's a balance on an issue and it's up to smaller parties to make up votes in one direction or another direction. You cannot allow a situation where we are two-party state. The UK is an example. You've got two dominant parties. The States is another example. You have two dominant parties. The two-party state scenario isn't much better than having one dominant party that has a toothless majority, can change the constitution, can do what it wants, and people will always be voting for it, and people are just voting fodder. And voters are not respected. You need a multi-party democracy, and you need to grow alternatives to the DA, to the ANC, to the F, right? As much as they don't like particular kinds of parties, especially ones that position themselves along ethno-nationalist or religious lines, I think we need secular politics. You still need those kinds of animals out there with different positions. Some of them are incredibly conservative and patriarchal. But if you have transparency about voting, about funding, and parties don't appear to be captured, A, and then B, they are not assured of a win, then it makes them more nervous. And you need a situation where there are any one of a number of players who could take an election and then could lose it the next time round and some other player. Ideally, that's what you need. You need an actual multi-party system.
I wouldn't say they voting blind, or there is no alternative to voting blind, and perhaps from now to the 8th of May, it's quite an uphill battle to remedy that, or to say that, look, we, whether it's civil society organizations or media, if we are able to in fact do enough to say, we've played our role in ensuring that people really don't vote blind, so I wouldn't generalize. People can, those who want, who make the effort, but then I think people who don't have access, or people really, they're getting through their life on a day-to-day basis, So what do we do as media, civil society organizations? Say, look, we need to put programs in place just to say, don't vote blind. These are issues that you should also be looking at.